Speaking of human waste, just a few hours ago, we learned that President Trump fired Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi is gone. But before we move on, let's remember what she actually did in that office. She blocked the Epstein files for over a year. She refused to testify under oath. She showed up to closed-door session with no cameras and no oath and walked out saying nothing. And Trump's name appears in that documents over 5,000 times. She was not fired for failing the America. She was fired because she failed Trump.
But sources say that he was particularly frustrated over her handling of the Epstein files. Saying that the villain of the Epstein files is Pam Bondi is like saying the lead in Die Hard is the dad from Family Matters.
Trump fired the person protecting him from Epstein files because she wasn't protecting enough. Good. Think about what that tells you, actually, what is redacted and what is not, on what they're not telling to us. An innocent man doesn't fire his attorney general for insufficient power. An innocent man releases the files and proves it. Files are still sealed. Draw your own conclusions.
Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my Attorney General over the past year. We love Pam, and she'll be transitioning to a much-needed and important new job in the private sector.
I know that my viewers, you are my elders, so I respect you and I really do care about your comments. So please subscribe to my channel and comment down below. And please, if you can just use your high points, that would be good. Thank you so much. A great American patriot, that is what he called a woman who spent a year making sure Jeffrey Epstein's victims never got justice. Watch who hires her next. Watch which law firm. Watch which board she joins. That will tell you exactly who she was protecting and why they are grateful enough to reward her for it.
Great, it's a much-needed job at a very important farm upstate. There'll be lots of room for her to run around. Unfortunately, we can't go visit her now.
Farm upstate. That is the oldest mob joke in American history. You tell someone their dog went to a farm upstate when the dog is dead. Colbert said it as a joke, but think about what Pam Bondi's career actually looks like right now. No job, no title, no future in government. She protected the most powerful man in the country for a year, and he threw her away the moment she became inconvenient. That is what loyalty to Trump gets you.
Trump gave a primetime address about the Iran war, and it was all the stuff you've heard before, but now delivered by a narcotized turtle. The speech was billed as a major update on the month-long war, but the only real information he offered was that other wars lasted longer.
Sorry, Bondi. A primetime address about a month-long war, and the only new information was that other wars lasted longer. The Strait of Hormuz has been closed for weeks now, and the president went on national TV to tell you that Vietnam was worse. That is not leadership. That is a man hoping you will stop asking questions if he reminds you that the things could be worse.
It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days.
World War I had congressional approval. World War II had congressional approval too. Korea had UN resolution. Vietnam had the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. Every single war he listed had some form of legal authorization before American soldiers were sent to die. This one had a 2 a.m. social pause. That is the difference he forgot to mention.
Frazier went on for 11 years, 1 month and 36 minutes. Suddenly, Susan was only 4 years, 2 days, and 3 box tops. Sex in the City was 6 years, unless you count And Just Like That, which personally I don't.
Vietnam lasted 19 years. 19 years and 58,000 American soldiers was dead. That is what he is using as his benchmark for patience. Not victory, not justice, not a defined objective. Just other things lasted longer, so stop complaining. The energy secretary said this would be weeks, not months. We already passed that. Nobody has updated that timeline. Nobody has explained why.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing.
He compared his war to Fraser and the Sex and the City as a joke, but the actual comparison he was making was deadly serious. He was telling the American public to be patient, to wait it out, to stop asking when it ends. Bomb them to the Stone Age, and also discussions are ongoing. No exit strategy, no coalition, no congressional approval, no defined objective, just maximum threats and maximum wagginess simultaneously. And somewhere right now, there are American pilots flying missions over Iran who deserve better than a president who cannot decide in the same sentence whether we are at war or at the negotiation table.
Holy whiplash, Batman. Look, I got a message for Dr. Bone Smasher. When I meet you in the ring tomorrow night, brother, I'm gonna crush your spine into a fine powder, then cut it into lines and snort it up. Also, Carol and I are doing a small brunch thing tomorrow at our place. We'd love you to come and bring the fam.
Crush your spine into a fine powder and also come to the brunch. That is the perfect parody of this administration's entire approach to foreign policy. Maximum aggression followed immediately by occasional invitation to negotiate. The problem is, Colbert is doing it as a joke. Trump is doing it as actual policy. And the country is watching. Our allies, our enemies, everyone. They cannot tell the difference anymore. That is genuinely dangerous. And our soldiers and we deserve better. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.